Hey everyone!
So, to repay the favour of Adam asking me 21 questions last week, I'm going to ask him 21 questions this week. So, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
If your life was a movie, what would it be called and who would play you?
Okay, I think that the title would be something like... It'd be something like Jack of all trades.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Just because I like to have a go at everything, and I'm not particularly good at any one thing, but I still enjoy having a go at everything, so...
And who would play you?
Or Adam of all trades, I think, would be a better...
Hey, that's good, a little fun.
Yeah. Tom Hanks, just because I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is such a lovely guy.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say Robert Downey Jr.
Maybe he'd be like...
Tom Hanks is like similar. Maybe he'd play
Tom
Flash.
Hanks would be like older version, and then Robert Downey Jr. would be like Robert Downey Jr. when he played Iron Man. It'd be like that age, that point of age in my life.
So, question number 2 is, if you were to make it to the final of I'm a Celebrity, what would your final meal be? So you get starter, main, dessert, and drink, I think?
Drink as well, yeah. I don't know if I'd be one of those people that would when they decide that for their starter they're going to get a main course, they just have a main,
just
and a dessert.
completely play the system.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting from you, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know. This is really difficult. Okay, I'll tell you what. I know what I'd have for the main, so I'll start there. I would have some kind of buffet style thing to cheat the system a little bit. So I'd I don't know, a Chinese buffet kind of thing. So we've got unlimited spring rolls. We've got any kind of sweet and sour something, prawn crackers, all of that kind of thing. I think that'd be my main. I think my starter, I just have a bowl of pigs in blankets because I love those so much. And I know that's not a starter, but imagine that with some cranberry sauce or something. That'd be amazing. There aren't many desserts that I don't like. So, a Black Forest Gâteau or something like that.
Ooh, that's not what I was expecting.
Something heavy.
After all your pigs in blankets and your Chinese.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, you know how Iceland used to sponsor I'm a Celebrity?
Yeah,
you've literally just described the advert.
It's all of that. Yeah, literally just party food. Party food, I'd be done. And drink-wise, a cider of some form. Just a few different kinds of cider, to keep on going throughout the meal. Yeah.
Question number 3 is, I wrote this one.
Okay.
What purchase do you regret making the most?
I know why you've asked this, because I buy a lot of unnecessary things. It's not like I mindlessly buy things. I do the research before I buy things, but sometimes they are very unnecessary. I mean, I bought my 3D printer, but I really like that. That was super useful for my course. Maybe I bought those tiny little play DJ decks.
Yes, I forgot about them.
They're fun. They were really fun for 20 minutes. 20 minutes for a week or so. You could go on it for 20 minutes, you could play around with them, have a bit of fun and stuff. I had a go at it, I learned a little bit about it, and then I've not really continued learning about that. So I think that would probably be the one. But I still like it. I like the idea of just being able to go and give it a go.
When was the last time you touched them? We're literally in a pandemic, there's nothing else to do, and when is the last time you touched them?
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't even know if I've touched them this year. I don't think so.
Okay, so next question is, if you could live anywhere, where would it be?
We're talking about on this planet.
I knew you were going to do this, so I was like, okay, I'll give you both.
Okay.
So yeah, you can say anywhere on this planet, and then you can say anywhere further than this planet.
On this planet, I do want to move to America. That's the long-term goal. I do want to move to America. And then also, at some point in my life, I'd like to have a little trip to Mars, just for a portion of my life, and then probably come back at the end, once I've done my time on Mars, that kind of thing. So,
moving on. This is a bit interviewy, this one. What is your proudest achievement to date?
Ooh, the OnePlus competition. I think
that's a good one.
When me and my friend Adam did. Shout out to Adam Hoskin. When we entered that competition, this was in just towards the end of first year of uni. we entered a competition, which I'm sure many of the people who are going to end up watching this video will know about, because we pestered everybody to get everybody to vote for us for this competition. But yeah, we ended up winning against something like 50 other teams that entered from around Europe, and we won it, and we got an internship at OnePlus for a month, and just that whole experience from like doing the late nights, like preparing for the competition.
They were so stressful.
Yeah, and then actually going there and working there and making the advert that we did. Like, it was such a cool experience, and
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, like it just makes me want to get back into working in that kind of environment, because I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, just like around creative people.
Yeah,
and that
it was just like there was such a buzz.
Yeah, I
so.
mean, obviously I didn't do the job, but even like just living in London for like that time was quite cool.
It was really cool.
And like we went to the cocktail bars and stuff. The next question is, and I can't think of the answer to this, so I'm hoping you've got a better memory than me.
Oh gosh, you know my memory's bad.
What is the last movie you watched?
I mean, yesterday we just watched movie trailers for a solid couple of hours.
That's a regular occurrence, to be fair.
What was the last movie that we watched?
We watched Herbie Fully Loaded.
Yes.
And we watched Freaky Friday.
Yeah, we had a Lindsay Lohan trip, didn't we?
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
good.
I
think that actually must be the most... No, Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah, I forgot we watched
Groundhog Day, because that's one of the films that it seems everybody's watched, like one of the classics, and we haven't watched it. So.
Oh, did you not watch it before?
I've seen like snippets of it.
Yeah. I literally haven't seen anything about it. It was Groundhog Day the other week.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's a fun little fact for you. I can't remember the day, it's February something.
No.
Okay, so similar kind of theme to the other question. Next question is, what is the best purchase you've ever made?
I mean, this is a recent one, but like so far it's been really cool. In fact, you can grab it, it's literally just there. I'm probably going to do another video, like just like doing a little review of this, but I've got the Oculus Quest 2, and it is like, it's so cool. Like, I've had a go at like VR in the past, and this is like, it's just so cool, and it just makes me so excited for like what the future technology is going to be like. But I don't know if that's my favourite, like the best purchase I've ever made.
I don't know, I think it definitely, like, for me in terms of your purchases, I think it would be up there. Like, it is really cool. It does make me laugh that you're talking about it being like this amazing future thing, and most of the time you're literally lying in bed watching YouTube. Just so you don't have to hold your phone. But that's the future, kids.
The only other thing I can think of as being my best purchase is probably my iPad.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, for anybody that knows me, like I'm into technology and stuff, but I'm not hugely into like the Apple ecosystem and stuff. Like, I don't really like iPhones and stuff, but the iPad has just been so useful for my course and stuff. Like, I got the iPad Pro because I wanted to use it for sketching and stuff to do with doing my uni course, and it's been so helpful in that sense, and also using it to take notes and things. Like, I've tried to move away from using paper and just make everything digital, so I never lose any of my work or anything. Yeah. So yeah, the iPad's been like amazing for that, and it's getting a little bit old now. Like, there's been a few more generations of iPad, but I still really like mine. Like, it's still going strong at this point.
So the next question is, what would you do if you won the lottery?
Probably give some of it away to charity. I know everybody says that, but there's a lot of like causes that I really would like to give money away to in an effective way. Like,
yeah,
I know we've both listened to podcasts about this, but effective altruism is making sure that the money that you have, if you're putting it towards like a worthy cause, it's a cause that's going to make the most use of that money.
Yeah.
So like, I'd probably sit down for quite a long time and really think hard about like who I wanted to give the money to. I'd certainly invest some of it. I know you knew I was going to say that, but I'd certainly invest
some of it. Make money from money!
Make your money work for you. So I'd certainly invest some of it, probably in Tesla stocks, but something to do with helping us move abroad and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I thought that.
I'd love to get a house. Like, I can't wait till we can get a house. So some of it would definitely go towards that. But again, that's another investment.
Yeah. I think they're really good, sensible answers. I think your parents would be really proud. Okay, so next question is, what is your favourite drink? This can be like alcoholic or otherwise, just your favourite drink.
This is like, it's a recurring theme with me, but just like, I love the variety. Like, I love variety in food. Like, sometimes I'll get stuck on one kind of food for ages. It's like you last week, where you, at the minute, love hula hoops. Yeah, I think if there's one drink that I'd go back to, and I know this is really, really basic, but it's like Coca-Cola. There's something I love about a Coca-Cola. Like, sometimes it just like really hits the spot. So, yeah, I do like Coca-Cola.
That's interesting. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
What do you think?
I thought you'd say Fanta Fruit Twist.
Fanta Fruit Twist.
That would have been mine.
Fanta Fruit Twist is one of those like treats. Like, I love a Fanta Fruit Twist. I don't know what it is. I think it's like the associated memories of going on holiday and having it or something like that. But yeah, I think that's like a treat drink. But yeah, like one drink that like consistently I'll go back to is always Coke.
So the next question is, if you could change your name, what would you change it to?
I don't know. I always think about this. Like, when I was younger, I never really liked my name. I never really thought that, and I'm sure a load of people, like, think about this. I'm sure loads of people don't think that their name suits them, but it's just because, obviously, you hear it all your life. I think when I was younger, like, I thought, Alex. I know it's really similar to Adam, but I just thought it was cooler. Like, I think, like, an X in a name is just, like, a cool letter.
Do you not think that's from Alex Rider, though?
It could be from...
I didn't even think of that till now.
It could be, like, I read all of the Alex Rider books, and I thought that, like, being a spy, like a teen spy, would be so cool. And yeah, maybe that's where it comes from, I don't know, but yeah.
So next question is, what is your biggest fear?
I don't really have many fears. I don't have any, like, irrational fears. Like, I don't have any...
The fear of spiders is not irrational. They are terrifying. They have 8 legs and they can go in any direction at any time.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't enjoy, like, picking up spiders and stuff to just, like, move them out of the room, but, like, I know they can't do anything, so from that kind of sense, like, that is definitely irrational.
What about that one that was on the stairs the other week that looked like it was going to start a fight?
That was huge. That was, like, bulked.
Like a gym lad spider.
Honestly, it was an absolute gym lad. I'm not great with heights. But that's usually in, like, a scenario where, like, you could definitely get blown off the edge of a cliff. Like, I don't like that. Like, when we walked to, where is it? Hensbury Head the other day. Like, when you started going up, like, near the edge, like, it wasn't a massive drop or anything, but, like, I wasn't a fan of that. Like, I can't get as close as you can to the edge. So, yeah, I think probably heights. But equally, I love, like, flying. But I know that I'm safe when I'm in a plane. I'd like to do, like, a skydive or something like that. I'd love to do a skydive, but...
If you do a skydive, you're literally on the edge of the plane.
Yeah, but like, you know that you're safe. Like, you know that, like, it's the same. I think that's the same as why I've got, like, a slight fear of, like, being around water and stuff. Like, if there's, like, deep water and, like, I'm on the edge of, like, a cliff or something, I think it's, like, kind of the similar thing. Like, I don't want to fall into that because I don't know if I'm safe.
But what if you were in, like, a similar situation, but you had, like, a harness on? Say you were doing, like, a bungee jump or something.
That'd be fine. Yeah, that'd be fine.
That makes sense. Okay, so the next question is, what is your most obscure skill?
I don't know if I've got many skills. Oh, actually, no.
So sad.
Yeah. I have one. This is one, I'm sure I hope some people will know what I'm talking about. I'll put a picture up on the screen, but have you heard of a Diablo?
No.
Picture an hourglass and, like, put it on the side, and, you know, it's, like, got that bit in the middle. And then you have, like, 2 sticks and they're connected with a bit of string.
Oh, yes, one of those!
And then you put it in there, and then you, like, flick it. Like, for some reason, I don't know if it was just me and, like, some of my close friends, but, like, there seemed to be this thing where suddenly a bunch of people got Diablos for Christmas, and everybody was, like, trying to do, like, learn how to do the tricks, like, can throw it in the air and, like, catch it and, like, roll it from one side to another. And, like, at one point I got, like, all right with that. I'd be awful now, I'm sure, but...
Okay, so the next question is, if you could interview anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why? And, like, what would you ask them?
This is probably a really obvious one, but, like, I think Elon Musk.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I know it's obvious, but I just think it'd be fascinating. At the minute, we're in such a cool period where there's so much, like, new development and stuff, and, like, this guy is, like, has pulled together so many smart people to work on so many cool projects and stuff, and I just, like... love to hear his thought process.
Okay, so this one's I came up with this one. Okay. So this one's kind of linked to your degree.
Okay.
So, what would your best invention be?
Like, we're talking like teleportation or something like that?
It's up to you.
Yeah, teleportation. Final answer. Imagine just being like, one day being like, oh yeah, I'd love to go and just walk on like Bondi Beach.
The magic door.
You just walk through the magic door.
Magic door.
And you're on the beach. Like, that'd be amazing.
But
like,
isn't that impossible? Because, quantum physics.
Well, yeah, but is that not the point of this question?
It depends how good an inventor you are, I suppose, whether you can...
I'm not that good an inventor. Just want to point that out. But, yeah.
Okay.
That would be it. Teleportation, for sure.
Okay, so the next question is, what words do you always mispronounce?
I did my report recently I had a report recently for one of my uni projects. I haven't been able to get my head around this since I did this at like maths in secondary school. Quantitative and qualitative. I think I said that right then.
Quantitative and
There's just way too many T's and I's and A's in there. Like, why are they not shortened? Or why are those words way longer than they need to be? Why can't it be quantitative
and qualitative?
And qualitative. But apparently those aren't words. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear they aren't words. And
the funniest thing about the fact that you mispronounced that is you used to say I mispronounce that all the time, but turns out I was right.
I used to think that Meghan mispronounced this all the time, and I'd always correct it, and I was like adamant that I'd got it right, but no. Turns out I was wrong.
The next question is, what is your current beef with me?
Ooh.
Be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it because it's still happening. You always lose hair bubbles, yet they're everywhere. Like, you lose them all the time, and they're just scattered across the country, probably across the world. Like, I'm sure there's hair bubbles of yours, like,
everywhere.
in different parts in the world. They're everywhere. But when you want them, you can never find them. And guess who has to find them? Me. So, yeah, that's...
Or my mum.
Or your mum. Or just pretty much anybody that's in the vicinity when you can't find one.
There's two possible solutions. One is putting trackers in all of my hair bubbles,
right.
but I think that would be quite expensive.
Yeah.
And the second would be maybe if I had some kind of like hook.
Would that be your invention? Trackers in hair bubbles.
I love that you're like teleportation. I'm like trackers in hair bubbles.
I'm sure
that would sell.
I'm sure other people would appreciate
that. Would definitely sell.
So.
Like, it's definitely not just me that loses hair bubbles. I hope. Okay, so the next question is, what is the best joke you've ever heard?
This is not the best joke that I've ever heard. This is just one that I can think of. Doctor, I feel like a strawberry. I've got some cream for that.
Wow.
So bad.
That's atrocious. And I definitely want to cut that out.
No, definitely. We're keeping that in.
Let's move swiftly on.
That's so bad. So, the next question is, when do you think you can personally say that you've made it? Like, what would be that peak?
Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm perfectly happy now, and I think it's really important to, like, be, like, happy with where you are in life, like, at any point.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's always important to just, like, appreciate, like, what you've got. I'll know that I've, like, made it and stuff, like, I know that that'll be, like, I'd happily just die then, like, when I'm sat in the seat of the rocket that's taken me to Mars, the blue of the Earth's atmosphere just turning into the darkness of space, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm done here.
What is the most you've spent on an item of clothing? So, like, one individual item.
The most that I've spent is gonna be my shoes that I've bought recently. I'm thinking of doing a separate video about them, but I bought a pair of shoes, and I think they're a pair of trainers, but they're from a brand that focuses on sustainability, so they're really low carbon. I'll tell you the price of them in the video that I do, so keep an eye out for that.
Clickbaity, I like it. Yeah. Okay, so question number 20, we're on the home stretch now. Mm-hmm. Question number 20 is, if there was a sudden apocalypse, what 3 celebrities would be part of your survival team and why?
I like this question.
I just like to say this is not original. This is like a first date question, I think.
So I'm trying to remember because I've already come up with answers to this before. I think somebody like Bear Grylls would be really useful. Like, he knows what he's doing, or at least on the TV, he looks like he knows what he's doing. Like, you're not convinced. You think it's just for show.
I'm a bit skeptical.
But, like, some of the stuff that he's done on TV, I just think surely surely it's not worth putting yourself through that.
Have you seen how much he's worth?
Yeah. I think maybe a comedian of some form. I don't know. I feel like somebody interesting. Maybe somebody like Stephen Fry. Like I think he'd have a lot of stories to tell. And I think he's quite a smart guy, so I think he'd be able to keep people entertained. I keep on coming back to it, but I think it's got to be The Rock.
You can't have him. He's in my team.
Why can't I have him?
Because he's in my team. How are we going to share him?
We ended up meeting up, like walking past each other or something, and then we just get Dwayne jumps on our team because he realises that we're just the better team.
I thought we were going to at least like join forces. Michelle would not stand for that.
No, that's true. Yeah, she definitely wouldn't. So yeah, Bear Grylls, Stephen Fry, and The Rock.
Which I'm not happy about because he's mine. Okay, so now we are on the final question. So, question 21 is, if a genie could grant you 3 wishes, what would they be? And, as a caveat, you can't do any smart thing like, oh, I'd wish for infinite wishes.
I don't like those anyway. I think my first wish would be, I wish that people in society would be less resistant to change in terms of technological change or like helping the environment out and that kind of thing, because it really annoys me when people like, I'm like a techie person, and it really annoys me that people's response to like new technology and stuff is immediately they're like, whoa, I don't like this, I'm happy with what's going on now.
Robots are taking over!
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I feel like so many problems in the world could be solved if people were just a little bit more open-minded. So that would be my first wish. I wish that it was just a little bit easier for us to get over to the US, because the US visa policy is really difficult. If it could just be made a little bit easier, then that would be fantastic. Like, that would make our lives a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish I could be a really good cook. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I think it's something a little bit selfish, but I know this is something that I can learn, and like, I am trying to learn and stuff, but I'm just not a very good cook. Like, people that are really good at cooking, like, they can just see what goes together and what combinations and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like whenever I'm making a meal, I just kind of throw all of the stuff in that I like.
It usually works.
Yeah, sometimes it works, but like, it's usually kept pretty
quite kind of samey.
Pretty samey. So yeah, I'd like to be able to just work out all of those little combinations.
I think you're a better cook now than you definitely were like at the start of uni.
Oh, so much better.
And
like,
I think
my spag bowls, like, I've come a long way since spag bowl every other day. So
I think that'll be something that comes probably more when we're a bit more settled and we have a house though, because then we could have like all the spices and stuff.
Yeah, you just can't buy in a student house. Like, you just don't have room for it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a good mix of like helping society and then helping yourself and then helping us. So I can't complain.
Well, thank you very much for asking me those questions. I hope everybody's learned a little bit more about me. I've certainly learned a little bit more about me, especially the fact that I really don't know any jokes, so I'll be brushing up on that, that's for sure. But if you've liked the video, then please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos, then hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!
No, I think he is. Yeah, I mean, you won't get this because you didn't watch Friends, but it's like the fat naked guy. Just make like a really long stick and just poke him.